Hello and welcome back to Freaky Fast Broadcasting, as we are here tonight with the Underdog Racing League for their Xfinity Series here at the Kansas Speedway. Let's give a shout out to all the sponsors who help make happen here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting. And first, we want to give a shout out to ButtKicker. You can head on over to ButtKicker.com and use our promo code FreakyFast20, where you can find their ButtKicker Gamer 2. That'll let you feel every detail from the subtle footsteps to the rumble of V10 powered race car. So make sure you head on over there. Like I said, use FreakyFast20 to get 20% off, and you can feel what you've been missing at ButtKicker.com. Next, we have the McConey Setup Shop, the official setup shop of the Richmond Raceway Esports team. You can head on over to their website at McConeySetupShop.com today, where you can buy setups from them, and you can also use our promo code FFB10 to get 10% off of any purchase at their setups. So make sure you go there and check out McConeySetupShop.com and let them know that we sent you there by using our promo code FFB10 to get 10% off. We also have a giveaway going on too with them that we'll have the link in chat for, that you can win a coaching lesson from McConey Setup Shop. Make sure you head on over there to that, as it's been a special time to have them on board with us here at the league, or at Freaky Fast Broadcasting. So definitely awesome to see. We want to give also a shout out to Ultimate Siding and Gutter LLC here, as they present the races here at the Underdog Racing League and bring a lot of support to these guys. So thank you to all the sponsors who help make it happen. But I'm Zach Hall in the booth, as I got Ryan Twynham up here with me, and we'll have Robert Moyer Jr. in the production box. Ryan, welcome back up here, man. We're back here for race number 6 here at the Kansas Speedway. Should be a fun one with some multi-grid racing.
I'm excited. I was excited last week at Texas. We had some great racing, and then I happened to look at the schedule, and we get even better this week. Kansas, like you said, multi-group racing. You get the high line, you get up to the wall, go down low. Both lines have their own benefits and weaknesses, and I'm curious to see how these guys race, and it should cause for tight racing.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a fantastic one here tonight, as they got about 1 minute and 50 seconds left here in practice before they head off into our qualifying session. Right now we have Jason Gensler in the 5 machine atop the board, followed by Justice Murphy. Oh, good to see Ian Baker return from the 8 machine. He was a truck regular last season, won a few races. Good to see him back out here in the 8 machine. So good to see somebody from last season back out here. Same with Jake Williams in the 29. So it's a good bit of drivers coming back out here in this race to put on a show for us. And also, I know another driver who really enjoys this track that runs the Freaky Fast scheme, the 99 Dylan Walshman. I believe he won our truck race here last season, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to have to watch out for that 99.
99 will be looking for his second win of the race. He won the first race of the year at Daytona, so I know he was a fan of a race, a few races back that he wasn't being a panel. Holy cow! He hadn't been able to be a part of because of vacation. So glad to see he can be a part of this one and defend his ground.
Yeah, definitely. So here is we look for the final 43 seconds of practice here. We're heading off into qualifying, where these drivers are going to have 2 laps to put down their fastest possible time to put themselves in the starting grid for our 120 laps here tonight, as we have a stage at lap 30 and a stage at lap 70. So we're going to have to watch out for those 2 stages while drivers accumulate points to get themselves into the playoffs, because that top 10 playoffs is going to be looming pretty soon. I mean, we're only 6 races in, but you got to remember that's almost about halfway through this regular season.
Yeah, we're getting close there. And one guy who's new to the league, I'm not sure if I've seen him in here yet. Ray Lane. He's really made an impressive run each of the last 2 weeks, and I'm not seeing him there. Hoping he gets in here and puts up another good run here. He's had some tough luck on finishes, but nonetheless, he's run great. He's run up front most of the first 2 races he's been a part of.
Yeah, definitely. So Ray Lane is showing a lot of pace, but does not look like he's here so far tonight, as we head off into qualifying now. We'll see which driver can put the fastest time down. Now, the thing is, this track, multi-groove, where's going to be the fast speed for the qualifying lap? I'm not sure. You would think it's down low, but at the same time, in the past, it's been up high. So we're going to see where these drivers locate their cars and try to find the most speed here on this multi-grid racetrack.
Yeah, I'd like to think that you maybe the best way is that first lap you stay along the wall, build up as much speed through 3 and 4, and um, take a wide apex into 1 and 2, and you know just barely come down to the white line before you start going back up. I know during the race, that low line is where you want to be in the beginning if you're going for speed, but give it 4 or 5 laps. If you're running along that wall, you can really build up some momentum and start picking guys off. And not to mention, tire wear up there is much better than down here.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be the preferred groove once we definitely get into this race. I think up high is gonna be the place to be, especially with this car. You know, it seems like with the truck and the Cup car, there's a little more time you can have on the bottom lane due to that higher amount of downforce. This car much lower in the downforce levels, so grip level a lot lower. I think they're gonna be most likely trying to use most of the banking right up against that wall most of this night, and then we'll be fighting for that. And then the issue they're gonna play with there is clean air.
Not only clean air, but uh, if we get single file up top and in line, and you're coming up on a guy in front of you, these cars tend to get loose, and one wiggle and getting into the wall. If the guy in front of you gets into that wall, it's hard to avoid him because you're already committed to running along that wall with building up all the momentum, and a guy in front of you hitting that wall can ruin both your races real quick.
Yeah, and that's something that's so hard to judge when you're behind somebody. And like you said, they're so easy to get right into the back of them as they bounce off that wall because it's hard to get off it once you're on it. And at the moment, Ian Baker, he's putting down the quick time so far of a 31:058. So he's able to run a pretty quick time there to put himself top of the board. I believe Jason Fensler here in the 5. We're seeing him leave pit road. We'll see what type of time he can put down. I think he may actually made a mistake in going over the blue line too quickly and going to have to reset here.
Yeah, well, hey, first key to getting a fast qualifying lap is make sure you get off pit road straight, huh?
Yeah, it definitely works if you don't get a black flag there. Luckily for him, though, that black flag is not going to be too much of an issue as he'll just be able to reset here. Plenty of time with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left here. But don't want to make a mistake again here is you'll keep doing that over and over. You might run out of time. So we'll see what he can do here as he exits off pit road. And that's also something he's got to worry about in the race. If he feels like he's not got the right spot exiting there in the race, then that could be an issue if we have a green flag pit stop. And here he comes now, going to take the green flag for his qualifying lap. Very doubt in the 5 machine as always. He's going straight to the bottom here as we ride. Look at Woz on board there now, looking at him come out of 2. 5 machine very, very strong as always. We'll see what type of time he can produce on the first lap, and we'll try to see was the other drivers on first laps, and they were first laps for most drivers. That put down the fast time. We'll see what the 5 does. He went up the racetrack in 3 and 4 that time. Put a little bit of momentum. 31:36, but is this the lap here that he's looking for? Now goes back to the bottom on the second lap with about a minute left here in the qualifying session. Can Fensler move himself off the board? Right now 11th on the board at the moment. We'll have to see here as he heads down to 3 and 4.
Got Ian Baker still holding the pole, hoping he can really hold it up on there. Rob Rader just take the 3rd spot with Kevin Orlando Jr. moving to 6th. So not the fastest first lap. Let's see what Fensler gets right here.
Boom, a 31:160. That's going to put him 5th on the board. So not the greatest time there for Fensler. He's going to have to work his way through the field here tonight. Seen him do it before. Do not count that 5 out. Here now, Orlando Jr. He's going to become a guy by for his 3rd lap. Looks like he's not going to go any quicker, so he'll hold on to 7th here in the final 20 seconds of this qualifying session. What a lap it was by Ian Baker here to put himself out front. Looks like he may be able to hang on to it here as Parker Johnston not on the racetrack. I believe that is everybody having put their laps down.
Yeah, so we're going to have Ian Baker making his comeback, going to take the pole. Justice Murphy takes 2nd. Jason Fensler, top 5. I mean, last week he started 3rd, and he came around, and it was an eventful race for him, but he took the win. And let's see if drivers have better luck this week.
Yeah, we'll have to see what type of luck they have here at the Kansas Raceway as they start to grid up here on the front straightaway. We'll head to our freaky fast grid here for the Underdog Racing League. There you see Ian Baker on top of the board with that 31.058. What a lap it was for him. Almost a tenth above the rest of the field. What a great lap for his return. Second place is going to go to Justice Murphy as he's been having a fantastic run here in the 9 machine throughout these Xfinity races. Third is going to be Robert Rader. Same with him. He's been looking fast. James Lovell there, fourth. Always fast in that 56 machine. Fifth is going to go to Fensler. Sixth is going to go to Marshall Wilson. Seventh is going to be Kevin Orlando Jr. Eighth is going to go to Nick Alves into 24. Ninth is going to be Peyton Presley. Rounding out your top 10 is going to be Grant Thrope, our winner from Nashville. 11th is going to be Dylan Walterman. 12th is going to be Dane Moyer. 13th is going to be Christopher Heights. 14th going to be Jake Williams. 15th is going to be David Buell. 16th Cody Dorsey. 17th Matt Job. 18th Jacob Sekrovich. 19th is going to be John Magner. 20th is going to be Scott Kerberg. 21st Trevor Earhart. And rounding out your field in the 22nd position is going to be Parker Johnston. As they're all lined up here, getting ready to pull off pit road. We're going to get this thing kicked off here tonight. Remember, opening stage at lap 30. It's going to be about getting those stage points to build their way into the top 10 for the playoffs.
Yeah, we mentioned it last week. We're about that, after the last race, coming into the start of this one, it's a third of the way to the playoffs of a 15 race regular season. So, a lot of battling yet to be done. Fensler's locked himself in already. You got the 99 locked himself in. Ray Lane missing this race is gonna really have to rely on getting a win because he didn't start the season with us, so he's already down off the top of my head maybe 3 or 4 races. So he's gonna be searching for a win here the rest of the season.
You'll have to look for that checkered flag as we get ready to pull off pit road. Drivers are gonna be looking for a checkered flag tonight to solidify their playoff hopes and dreams as we roll off of pit road. Looks like a great field here tonight, 22 cars. We want to thank everybody, as always, for tuning in here to Freaky Fast Broadcasting. It's a pleasure to call to action here on Wednesday nights at the Underdog Racing League as we got a good little crowd out there. Make sure if you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up button for us there, and the subscribe and bell notification button as we're trying to get to 1,000 subs by the end of 2021, and we're nearing that point, 984 now. It's getting closer and closer each time we broadcast, and we want to thank all you fans out there as you are the reason that number keeps growing.
Absolutely. I mean, each week it seems like we're going up about 10, so I'm hoping by next week's broadcast, we're sitting there at about 995, 996, and heck, maybe we can even get a couple new faces here tonight watching all over iRacing and get that tonight.
Yes, sirree. On iRacing Live, we're going to take the green flag. Green flag is in the air. We're off and away. Ian Baker, what a great start from that A machine as he takes off, builds about a car length. The gap there is Rader. Pulls to the inside of Murphy. They're going to be 2 by 2 as Baker leads him down the 1.
Yeah, great start there by the inside line. You got the 9 car really slacking on that restart, or I guess start of the race, and the highlights can fall back just a tad.
Yeah, we'll have to see how early it is before that line really comes in. It looks like Murphy, the 9. Big mistake from him there. He's going to go back from second all the way, I believe, around the 6th or 7th position. I believe he got into the wall there, guys. Yeah, hard damage there as he got to the outside wall in 3 and 4. That's going to set the 9 back very early here in the going.
That's unfortunate too. Damage on the right side of the car in a place like this where aero is everything. It's going to hurt him here in the first stage.
And in the opening lap, Rader, he goes to the lead here. As they come by a complete lap number 2. Baker trying to fight back on the bottom of Fensler up to 3rd. Loveland to 4th. Orlando Jr. to 5th as Wilson tries to take that from him. What a battle we're having throughout this whole entire field. This track here really looking racy early in the going here, these 120 laps.
I'm surprised how many guys in the front are going towards the bottom there. Oh, we got Justice Murphy wrecking the 99, and then we got a wreck in the back of the pack.
It looks like they've got it all covered up. Very close actually for Murphy. He's going to be slow. And same for Peyton Presley. He's a little bit slow, going down to 2 or 4.
Yeah, unfortunate start for that 9 car. Just continues to get worse for him. I saw the 99 maybe get a piece of that. and some chaos in the back of the pack. And the 8 car getting sideways off too, and you're going to see Fensler take advantage of that on the outside.
Ian Baker with that whole qualifying lap now slipping back early in the going here, electing to run the bottom. I wonder if that's going to hurt him, help him. We'll have to see here. Remember, lap 30 is the stage number we're trying to get to. As out front, Robert Raider, he's trying to do his best magician trick and disappear from the field here as Fensler is now setting sights on him here in second. About to see if our defending series champion and race winning or race leader and wins this season pull up back up to the back bumper. That 53 is all. It looks like everybody's navigated themselves up to that higher groove now.
Yeah, and I was going to mention that just before we saw that chaos in the back half, and I was a bit surprised to see how many people were not committed to that high line through the beginning. I know there's a lot of strategy that comes into that high line early, and you can't save a little more tire wear if you go there from the beginning.
23 of Marshall Wilson. He's really put a charge on here tonight as he's drove himself up into that top 4 there from the 6th starting position, and he's been using the bottom. That's the one thing I got to give credit for iRacing here big time here. As when iRacing Live, also credit for him allowing us to be there. But huge credit with this track. The update they brought to this track really livened it up, man. You could really only run the top of before. Now each groove is usable, and it seems like it definitely takes a good bit of time before that outside line becomes dominant again.
Yeah, you remember a few seasons ago, it was a pure outside line track, and iRacing has done a great job improving the racing here. Honestly, that's what makes it one of my favorite tracks, if not my favorite track to run in the NASCAR series. This is an amazing track, amazing racing. It's tight racing, just like Texas, and they really do a good job improving the racing up and down on iRacing.
Yeah, the updates they've brought to the tracks this season have been, I'd say, some of the best they've done in a while. So I gotta commend them for that for sure. Is looking at Orlando Jr., he's got Walterman attacking him here. This is for that 7th position. Walterman's up from the 11th starting position now up to 8th. He's trying to move even farther forward. And Walterman always alludes to how this track is one of his favorites due to the multi-groove racing. It really tends to help his dirt racing background that he has. And man, this is a track where I think if you're a dirt guy, you would definitely enjoy this. Up front, we even got a battle for the lead. Jason Fensler, what do you know? The 5, he's starting to take a look on the 53 of Raider as he'll slide back in behind Raider here now in 3 and 4. But this 5, as always, looking like the man to beat early in the going as he's run down this 53.
Yeah, similar shades of last week when the 5 car started a few rows back, and he was able to work on getting up towards the front here after a little bit of a run. Had a little help from the 9 car, you know, having his mishaps in the beginning of the race with the 5 car starting on the inside. And he's taking full advantage of everything that's been given to him, and now here he is battling for the lead.
A lot of guys getting really close. I was about to say really close to the wall. Loveland, he's in the wall. He just scraped the right side of that car. He almost stayed in the wall from the center of turn 3 and 4 all the way to the exit of turn 4. He is not a lot of damage on the car because he didn't really bounce off of it. He just kind of rode against the wall, and it just slowed him down almost as like the friction from the wall.
Yeah, that wall will come up and bite you. Luckily, no one else had gotten into him when he was running. So you got Trevor Earhart moving up. He's creeping up on the top 10 right now. He's our biggest mover as he takes over the 10th spot there in a up 11 spots from his 21st position.
Yeah, from 21st there, that's a big mover for sure there. Now up to 10th. He's going to have Alves, the next driver in the line, for him to try to make something happen. Just got to worry about, did he use any of that tire up? But the 25 showed a lot of pace this season at a lot of tracks. Here comes up on Alves. Man, the pace difference there. I think this 25 is definitely going forward here. This is Waltman's directly ahead of him. Earhart showing strong here early to go into this race.
Yeah, that 29, that 99, the 25, they're all moving forward. Dane Moyer in 5th place. He's up 7 spots into the 5th spot. Those guys are all moving forward. You know, got to be patient. Don't push it too hard. Save those tires a little bit. We'll see if these guys can keep up this wicked pace.
Wow, what a drive from Earhart. He's going to pass Alves, Walterman to put himself up in the 8th. Now attacking the 29 of Jake Williams, who's drove it from 14th to 7th. So a lot of big movers, even Dane Moore up to 5th. I mean, we've had guys really drive through the field here tonight, and it's been impressive to see the race we've had. And now even a battle again up front is Finsler. He's nosing ahead up front through the center of 1 and 2. But I think Raider's going to fight back on the outside here on the exit of 2. Oh, no, Raider almost into the wall. That's going to let Finsler get the run off. New leader, Jason Finsler here. 14 laps into the books. He's to the lead, ladies and gentlemen.
It's hard to keep that Fensler guy behind you, isn't it? He's going to take the lead, and he's going farther and farther ahead now, and he's off to the races.
Yeah, man. It just never seems to be a bad racetrack for this man. He just seems to have every track right under his grasp, and he's showing why he's the defending series champion as he's able to take control of this lead here, looking for another win in the books here for this 5 machine at the Underdog Racing League. He is on some type of roll through these past 2 years.
Yeah, you look at the top 5, and we got some good races up there. And I know I said it last week. I probably said it the week before, but there's Orlando Jr. sitting in 5th or 6th place, and he qualifies there, and he sits there all race long unless something happens to him. He's just as consistent as Spencer is when it comes to where they run on the track.
Yeah, that is a great point there. Orlando Jr. always seems to ride around that, really anywhere from the 3rd to 7th range each and every week, and it is consistent with that. So looking good as always. Is Earhart's now up to 7th as he's made his way through. And I think Williams, he's dropped back. He was running 7th there a moment ago. Now dropped back to 11th. Here comes the 21 of Heights. He's going to be looking to put him back almost all the way back to the 13th position here. So Jake Williams, it's gone quickly backwards here in a matter of a few laps.
Yeah, I didn't see much damage on his vehicle either. So I'm wondering if he just burnt up the tires pushing it too hard, because he was moving up quick, and maybe he just can't keep the pace with those tires. Maybe he got in the wall, but like I said, I didn't see any damage.
Yeah, this seems to be dropping back here, maybe burning this stuff up here. Looking at Job here in the 11th position. This 89, he's directly behind Dylan Waltzman in the Freaky Fast Machine, who's in that 10th position. But I don't know, man. Got to give a shout to Dane Moyer, also in the 28, running that 6th spot from 12th to 6th, made up 6 positions. But Earhart, he's definitely been our biggest climber there, all the way from 21st all the way to 7th. That is a drive and a half for him.
Yeah, especially for just 19 laps, he's picked up 14 spots up to the 7th position, so that's impressive. You got Loveland here. He's down to 9th after starting 4th, so a little bit of wall damage, as you mentioned earlier, Zach. He's slowly creeping backwards. Got about 12 laps left in this stage, so hopefully he can hold on to the top 10.
Well, it looks like, I believe that was Loveland again. He may have gotten to the wall, actually. Yeah, he does. Loveland in that 56. Man, I tell you, Loveland in the 56, he's always got a lot of strong pace for himself, but just seems to always have nagging issues with getting into the wall this season. It seems like that's been really his Achilles heel so far. But I tell you what, if he gets that thing fixed up, he could be right back into a shot with a race win. We know his pace in that number 56. Well, he'll have to keep trucking along here as he's got damage on that right side, though.
Yeah, did we have something happen to Fensler? Because Raider just took the lead back over, and Fensler fell a bit back there.
That's a good question there. It did make the pass back on him, and it doesn't seem like anything happened. It seems like just a clean, nice pass by Raider there, set up by him, and he's seeming to have the pace over Jason Finsler. Have we found our man that is going to put the 5 in 2nd place here tonight?
Yeah, Raider have great runs all season long here. Oh, and he goes into the wall, and Fencer's going to overtake the lead once again.
Oh, man, I jinxed him. I put him in the wall with my jinx there. I'm sorry, Raider doesn't look too bad of right side damage, but he definitely got into that thing. We'll see if he can have the pace to get back to Finsler, but yeah, that was interesting. You figure Finsler would get that lead, start to check out a little bit with the pace he normally has, but Raider gets back around him and then gets into the wall, lets Finsler back by. We'll see if that's the momentum shift. But look at Marshall Wilson. Man, oh man, that 23, this is his racetrack tonight here in that 23 machine. He is having the race of his career here at the Underdog Race League. He does have a win at Talladega, but still, I mean, a run like this here compared to the last few runs he's had in the Xfinity Series is a great night in that 23 camp.
Marshall Wilson, and he was running that low line. You see, as we take a look through the corner there, a lot of people running the inside line, and maybe they're just thinking, so much trouble with that wall with these with a handful of these guys already. I think maybe they're just taking it cautious here for the first stage with how many people are having troubles.
A lot of cautious racing here, but I'll tell you who's been one of the movers and not been very cautious, but has done a great job. Again, Trevor Earhart. He is up now to 6th. Next in his sights will be Ian Baker. That'll put him up to the top 5. If he can't get into the top 5 by the end of the stage, that is going to be a huge momentum boost. And I tell you what, by the end of stage 2, he could be flirting for the race win.
Yeah, and, taking a look here at some of the intervals, you got some quick guys that are moving up through the pack that are a tad bit quicker than our leaders. Maybe not every lap. They're not going to catch the leaders, at least not this first stage. But once this gets straightened out after this first stage, we come up to 5 to go here shortly. There might be some good racing here in stage 2 and 3, as right now we're all single file.
See who can find the pace throughout the race. Here's becoming a 5 to go in the stage. Fenzer across the line this time. Seems like he's starting to stretch his legs on Robert Rader there a little bit, about 400ths faster that time by for him. And really, those two are the only guys in the 32-second bracket, so really in a league of their own right now with their lap times.
Yeah, and that's not surprising. I mean, we saw Rader get into the wall just a hair, but I don't think he pounded the wall. He just went in a little high. When you cut into the corner, your rear end likes to stick out just a hair, and I think that's what happened. His rear end just touched the wall, sucked him in. He put a nice stripe on the wall, and minimal damage. I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, you want to keep the right side as clean as possible, but if you do get in the wall, you just want it to be a scrape here. Look at this, Jacob Williams here in the 29. He's got Kerberg in the 14 to 77 at Grant Thrope, our winner from Nashville, all here under a blanket, racing for about the 11th position on back to 14th. These guys have been having a heck of a battle here late into going in the stage. And really 10th there is Walterman right up ahead of them. No chance for them to catch in and possibly get any stage points though.
It's good to see each week, race in, race out. It seems like our best battles are for that 10th position, whether it be 7th through 13th or 10th through 15th. It may not necessarily be the same guys every week, but we have great pack racing here in the middle, great clean, impressive racing, and that's what this Underdog Racing League's all about.
Looking now here at the 77 again, he's starting to go forward a little bit here as he's putting the pressure on the 21 of Christopher Heights here for the 12th position here, as they were able to get by Jake Williams here late in the going. But 2 to go in the stage. Finzer got about a 0.4 of a second gap up front to Rader. He is going to possibly hang on to his Raiders in the wall again in the 53. He's going to have some damage, more damage building up there. As Finzer to the wall hard off the XL4. Big moment for him.
Big troubles for our 2 leaders here, but yeah, Fensler hit real hard. He pounded that wall and allows Rader to get back into the lead. And now,
wow, white flag here for the stage too. So looks like Rader is going to be able to do this here. He's took down the wall a few times, but Finzer really took it down there as he's going to come out of 4 this time. And Robert Rader is going to be the stage 1 winner here tonight, and he is going to be very happy, I'm sure, about that start from that 3rd position. He got himself up there. As we're only looking at Grant here, he's going to bring home, it looks like 12th is behind that Jake Williams and I believe that's Pete Presley battle. So great battle there between those guys. As there it is, stage ender. As their top 10 is going to be Robert Rader first, Jason Finzer second, third is going to go to Wilson, fourth Orlando Jr., fifth is going to be Earhart, sixth Alves, seventh Baker, 8th's going to go to Job. 9th's Dane Moyer. And 10th's going to go to Walterman. So that's your top 10 there in stage 1.
Yeah, and just an update on our front row. Baker was in the top 5 there for most of that segment. He dropped a couple laps there, or a couple positions there in the final laps. Justice Murphy, an eventful first couple laps for him. He was able to keep it within 10 seconds, and you know, he's back in the 20th position, but losing 18 spots. You know, that's all he can ask for after that start. Now he can go in there. If there's significant damage, he can get it fixed and hopefully make a charge back towards the front.
Well, that's the end of stage 1 for you folks there. That's Robert Rader able to bring it home there in the 53 machine. Jason Fensler in second. In the 5, Marshall Wilson in third. What a drive for him there, but Earhart, he did it. He got to the top 5 by the end of the stage. I think he may have something for possibly these guys up here. If he had to drive through all those cars and had somewhat decent pace still, he's definitely could save some more tire, possibly starting up front, and be up here pacing with these two, as they were able to drive about 6 to 7 seconds ahead of everybody else. So Raider and Fensler, looks like a battle between them two, but could Earhart slide his way into there?
Especially if Earhart, you know, he didn't damage his car. As fast as he was moving, the only thing that could have slowed him down was debris. And you got the 53 and the 5 here. I don't know if the 53 would use his fast repair, but that 5 car hit the wall hard, so he might have to be forced to use his, giving them a little more cautious drive here in the stage 2, and that might benefit the 25 car.
That's very true. I'm gonna go back and do a little look here. Yeah, so Raider does not get the damage fixed there, so he has still the damage on the right front there. Fensler does not get his fixed either, so they both save fast repairs, and that's what I imagine they would do. So smart move from that group there, as we got lots of guys sitting up in road getting right front fenders work done, as this caution has really helped those guys get that work done.
Yeah, it was a eventful first stage there. Good to see Raider take it. You know, Fensler has won 4 of the last 5 races, if I'm not mistaken. And that one race he didn't win, he still took the stage. I think he's took every stage of the last handful of races. So good job by Raider to finally dethrone Fensler on those stages.
Yeah, it's a great point there, Ryan. And man, it's something you never want to see happen. But Trevor Earhart, he lost connection to the server, and he's going to most likely go down at least a lap or maybe even 2 here as he's trying to get back in right now. That is so unfortunate because he had so much pace in that 25 machine.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure if my scoring monitor was getting fluky or not, because I was looking and I saw him dropping back while we were on pit road, and I wasn't sure what happened. So unfortunate for him. Hopefully he can get back in here quick. There aren't many, if any, people a lap down. Yeah, no one's a lap down yet, I don't think so. Luckily for him, he can, you know, he's got the speed to keep pace with these guys. So if he can get in here a lap down, he can get the lucky dog on maybe the stage end, or if there happens to be a wreck.
So we'll have to see how long it takes before he gets back in here. I believe right now he'll be going a second lap down. So Earhart, really unfortunate case of the circumstance for him, but Raider's going to be our leader as we get ready to go back green flag racing, as the pace car lights, I believe, are off this time. Let me make sure about that for yes, they are. So we will be going back green this time, and the battle between Raider and Fensler is going to heat up. But Wilson, though, driving 6th to 3rd, that was so impressive. Johnston, though, up to 5th. Not sure how he pulled that off there from the 22nd starting position. But Johnston, a huge gain there in pit road. Same with Murphy.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to mention Justice Murphy. He was 20th when that caution came out. Now he's up there to 7th. I'm wondering if he maybe took his fast repair to fix the damage. Yeah, he took his fast repair, and maybe all these other guys were you know, just fixing damage with the timing, the optionals, which tells me there was a handful of guys that got in the wall.
Yeah. Parker Johnson used that the most available, as he didn't even have to take a fast repair he just did 4 tires and left, and man, he came out in that 5th position all the way up there. So what a jump for him there as all the guys with damage. His pace car is in. We're gonna get ready to go back green flag racing. Robert Raider controlling the field here into stage 1. We're starting stage 2. Green flag is in the air. Raider with a great start. Right now, it's Finsler going to try to hold off Orlando Jr. Wilson from behind as the field spreads out from there.
Yeah, that is a great start for Raider, and I'm looking at Ian Baker lost quite a bit of spots on that pit stop too, which tells me he probably did hit the wall, and that's where he lost that time there towards the end of stage 1. So he'll be restarting outside the top 10, looking to move his way back up. You got Nick Galvez back there doing the same. John Magner up into the top 10 for the first time.
Yeah, great run for him so far in that machine there, as he'll be trying to hang on to any type of position he can here on this restart. But man, oh man, the one guy I gotta say is just unfortunately had issues again is Trevor Earhart. Looks like he's lost connection again to the server, so his night looks to be coming to a early end. Is here now, look at this, Orlando Jr. I think he's got a clean race car. He's using most advantage of that here. He's going to go take the lead here as Johnston's following him. You also got Finsler falling back. Same with Robert Raider here now to 3rd. Maybe these two with that damage are suffering a little bit here early in the going.
Yeah, it's got to be what it is. I mean, they had such a big gap on the field. We couldn't really tell. You know, we didn't really notice if they were losing time to them or not after they both got into the wall. But you see it taking effect here as Wilson now goes by Fensler. And you got Justice Murphy making a run here at the start of stage 2. He's getting ready to take that 5th spot from Fensler now.
Yeah, I think Fensler's got major damage. His car looks really, really just not fast right now. So he's hanging on right there on that top groove. You can see that yellow 5 up in the very, very top. I think these guys will be looking to take that faster pair at the end of this next stage.
Oh, they have, especially if it goes green here. Lap 70 is our end of the stage, so they're going to hang on and try to fight. As right now, you see Fensler kind of playing as a roadblock with how far off the pace he is. You got guys bunching up behind him. You see David Bill coming to the inside of the 8 and now the 29.
Yeah, you do see it really bunching up here. Oh, man, Wilson there slowed up real good. And that's going to bring the bunch up even more of an effect here. As from the top 4 on back, it's a stack up as out front, Parker Johnston has took the lead from Orlando Jr. and Justice Murphy now going on the Robert Raider as this field is really stacked up. Here comes Baker, the pole setter on the outside. He looked to get a big run. Fensler had to check up. This could turn into calamity here if these guys don't get this sorted out.
Yeah, impressive on Johnston. I don't know what he did on that pit stop, but he moved way up. He had a heck of a pit stop, and now he has taken the lead up 21 spots. So he's our big mover. Unfortunate for Trevor Earhart. He's not. He can't figure his issues out. Got a shake-up all over the place right now.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. It's almost like, just looking at lap time wise, it's almost like Raider is running times like old tire times. Like he's running 33 flat. It's almost like his tires didn't get changed almost. And he did. The car jacked up and did everything. I mean, could he be in major save mode here, trying to save some tire? Seeing Fensler drop back this far, he thinks maybe one of those cat and mouse games here. But right now, Johnston's just pulling away out front with Orlando Jr. in 2nd, Justice Murphy 3rd. As the field stacks up from back there.
Yeah, because you got Raider, like you said, 33 flat, and Fensler's a 32.6 with 5 or 6 range, and we saw Jason Fensler hit the wall a lot harder than Raider did, albeit Raider hit it a couple handful of times more. It's interesting to see what these guys' strategy are.
Yeah, it's definitely got a weird a way of playing out here right now. This is something I didn't expect. Raider and Fensler just struggled this much here early in the going for this run. So you see the two that were out front dominant early in the first stage, now struggling here in stage 2. We'll see if the pace comes back to him as Johnston out front is just gapping the field, running 31.99 for the rest of the field in the 32-second bracket.
And you know what? I think some of those times for Rob Raider due to the track, because his last time by he did run a 32.7, so he was a little quicker that time. Maybe he's just letting guys go by, knowing he has damage, and he has to save his car a little bit to get to the end of this stage. And as you see, Waltzman now go by Fenster for fifth.
Tell you, I know what exactly it is. They're saving fuel.
I was wondering if that was going to be an issue or not. I was trying to think. Texas last week was about 37 laps, and I wasn't sure. I didn't get to look into it, but Kansas, you run a little harder with roughly the same lap times. I was wondering where it was going to be. I was thinking 37, and yeah, they could be fuel. I knew stage 2 would be right there on the edge with how many caution laps we run.
Yeah, that's definitely. I think that is the factor that is playing out right here right now, because really just thinking about it. I mean, 35 laps there was really what about they're going to need to do. It's a 40 lap stage. They did about 3 or 4 laps under caution there. So 35, 36, 37 laps is what they're going to need to do. 65% fuel load here. I think that's doable. That's in the doable range, but it could be a worry because it's just, their lap times are bouncing back and forth. So, for example, Lando Jr., he runs a couple high 32, almost low 33-second laps. And then right as soon as a couple laps, these guys start to catch up, he jumps right back down to a 32.2. So that's telling me there is some fuel saving going on. As Johnston out front, I think he's throwing fuel saving out the window. He's just going for the speed here.
Yeah, that could very well be the plan. We didn't see it, but there could have been guys that topped off maybe towards the back. That would tell you that it's going to be close. You see Walter almost getting the wall.
Ooh, very close for that 99. Almost took the freaky fast off the side of that. That adds a couple tenths, so you can't be taking those off. That's the key to that car right there. The speed is all made in the logos and the driver.
Yes, as much as we want, we'd like him to paint our logo there on the outside wall through 1 and 2. We'd much rather see him have a better finish.
Exactly right. As Johnston continues to lead out front. Looks like at the moment, Fensler, he slotted himself back up to the 4th position. As Ian Baker looking to take positions from Raider. It's looking like who can save the fuel type of thing. As Fensler, he's starting to take back off there. His pace is picking back up. Burning some of his fastest laps of this run right now. So it seems like that was the call there to save some fuel early in the go. And now they're going to go for it here to get to lap 70. Remember, the thing is, you can get to lap 70, but you got to get back around to get to pit road.
Exactly, and yeah, you saw, I mentioned a few laps ago, Walterman had passed Fenster for 5th, and I wonder if Walterman did end up getting into that wall, because now he has fallen back to 9th, and then you got Fenster going by Raider as well, so he's gone, after falling back to 6th, he's shot right back up to 4th, like you said, running one of more of the quicker times of this run.
Yeah, about 2 tenths quicker than our leader, also Johnson out front. If Johnson's got enough fuel, though, I think he can still hold these guys off. It's just the fuel is what's going to be the issue, I think, for him. We'll have to see if he has to elect to hit pit road or not. Or Orlando Jr., he may have been the one to play it right. He got out to like almost open track and just kind of rode there. And also, I think that's why you see a lot of guys electing to take the bottom. If you're going to be running that outside, you're going to be burning more fuel.
Yeah, because you have to let off going into the corners here as the run goes on, going down to the bottom, and you don't nearly have to let off as much, if at all, running that high line for most of the run, especially with 65% fuel. So, yeah, these guys running the low line, trying to get the quickest way around, save as much fuel as they can, if that is the case. And you got Fenster reeling the guys in. He probably was, like you said, saving fuel there in the beginning. Now he seems good to go. He's picked up almost a second here in the last 4 laps.
Yeah, he's really picked the pace up here as he's closed in. But Raider also, he's run side by side with him as well back here in the 15th position. He's a little behind Jacob Sekovich, Grant Thrope, as these guys look like they make it to the end of stage number 2 also. So we'll see who has the fuel as we continue through here. This second stage looking very, very spicy and interesting with how it shook up here with this fuel saving strategy.
Yeah, you got David Buell, who was up there in the top 10 at the start of this run, he's now falling back to 16th. He might be saving fuel, but I mentioned earlier John Magner. He had gotten up to the top 10, and I thought he started the stage in the top 10, but I think he went down and topped off on fuel, so he might be a guy to look at along with some other guys towards the back if these guys aren't huge shorts. But I think Fensler and Radar, they've saved enough, and they're just starting to push. They are really focusing on these guys.
Yeah, they're really starting to put some lap time in, that's for sure. I think Orlando Jr., he's decided to pick the pace up too. He's 32.75 there, and our 96 there is our leader, 33.11 out front, so about 2/10 quicker. But Finns are back here 32.99, Radar at 33.27. They're not showing as much pace as what I would think they need to get up there. Justice Murphy and Orlando Jr., maybe the first two to get there, and do they have enough fuel to make it to the end? That's going to be the question.
The other thing to think of too is Johnston jumped out to this lead, and maybe now he's thinking, all right, I've got a big lead. I'm going to save fuel until these guys are really back in.
That's very true. This could be a good time to save fuel. You know, you're more off throttle time at this moment. You can technically save fuel easier and still keep the same pace that you would need to at the end of the run. So we'll see if that equates to what Johnston needs to do, is he can save the fuel out front here that he needs. But at the moment, Orlando Jr. and Justice Murphy, they're going to look to start battling here also, as the 80 Ian Baker, he's not had a good night as we highlight him here in this 8 machine. He's just went backwards all night long, as Murphy going to take second over from Orlando Jr.
Yeah, I think we had an issue with James Loveland here. I think he went off track, and he's getting a little crazy towards the back there. We saw him having troubles here in the beginning stages of stage 1, and maybe he's just trying to hold on to her. And not sure if he took a fast repair or not. Zach, maybe you know, but he's towards the back. I think I saw him go off track just a hair.
I believe he didn't take a fast repair, so I think he's still got that damage on that right front. I have to look down on this race car, but yeah, still, I mean, heavy damage on the right front. That is catastrophic right front damage. And he just got that a few moments ago, about 3 laps ago, when you saw him go through the grass, I believe. So he had right front damage before from the earlier incidents since he bounced off the wall, but he has major right front damage now.
And something else worth mentioning, Dave Moyer, who's having a great run there in stage 1, he's actually behind James Loveland, sitting in 21st position, almost 11 and a half seconds back.
Yeah, this next stage is really throwing everybody for a loop here, it seems, and really took a few contenders out, a few guys having really bad luck here tonight in stage number 2.
Got Walterman, our big fast guy. He's been up and down around the top 10 all night long there. We know this is one of his favorite tracks. We hope to see him. Maybe he's saving fuel too, and he's hoping to make it to the end of this stage. You got Nick Alves. We haven't talked much about him all night. He's up 1 spot at the 7th since the beginning of the race. Matt Job sitting up there in 8th, up 9 spots. Good seeing some of these names. You got our pole sitter sitting 10th right now. Ian Baker, he had a rough end to stage 1, but standing strong as David Buell goes to his inside.
Yeah, you can see that 52 work him over, trying to take that 10th position away. He's got it done now as our pole setter. Really, other than the pole out tonight, there's been a lot of low lights for Ian Baker's return. Showed a lot of speed in qualifying, just has not had the same race pace that he's shown last season in that truck. But at the moment, it's good to see him back out there, that's for sure, as he's fighting for that top 10. Johnston's still out front, and I tell you, Johnston's starting to gap the field a little bit, actually. He's got some pretty immaculate pace, I'm going to say, here late in the going. It's about 9 to go here. He can make it to the end of the stage. He's a real contender for the race win, because his pace is very strong compared to the rest of the stuff.
Very impressive run here at stage 2. Really out of nowhere too. He was I believe he might have been sitting just inside the top 10 or maybe just outside the top 10 before um, the end of stage 1, or I think it was his pit stop is what got him way up in the top 10, and he just went straight to the front with taking advantage of Fensler and Raider holding up the field, and he hasn't looked back.
Yeah, it's definitely been a good time for him there, as he's been able to produce really good times. I mean, it's just coming together now. Is only about 3.8 seconds out, but the key is going to be, can he make it on fuel? But he's been running the bottom. That's the one thing I noted from him. He's been running the bottom different than a lot of guys, and running the bottom over and over and over again like that can really help save fuel.
Dix, you see Justice Murphy. He closes it up. 5 laps ago, Justice Murphy was about the same. He was about 3.5 back. And then we saw Johnson push it, and that gap grew to over 4. And now you see it closing back in again. So Johnson just saving fuel, keeping the guys at bay, and I'm thinking he can make it.
I'm thinking so too. It seems right now the pace though, that was a 56 the time before, a 36 there. We'll see compared to Murphy. So he stretches it back out on Murphy about a 10th there. But if he was worried about fuel, I'd imagine his pace be dropping off more. He must be feeling good about this here. As now we're watching Orlando Jr. He's trying to hold Fensler off for 3rd as Raider comes into the picture. Also, these 3 really strong here. But stage 2. Going to be a stage all about fuel. Can these drivers make it to the end of it?
Yeah, and as you watch the battle here, Spencer's going to think about sticking his nose high, now go down low. And you're looking at 3 guys that are always battling up near the front here, along with that 9-car Justice Murphy. A great rebound stage 2 after a rough beginning to stage 1.
Man, what a battle. Fensler there gets by Orlando Jr. He's going to go back to the inside here down the front straight with a little side draft. Hard racing now. As we look back here with the 14 machine. Scott Kerberg here running the 13th position. He's got Peyton Presley there right behind him for 14th. As they battle for their positions. Ian Baker there now drop back to the 12th position behind Grant Thrope. As this run continues on, Johnston still a 2.9 second gap. That last lap by the 33.82 compared to Murphy's 33.42. That's 0.4 of a second. And I tell you what though, Fensler 33.28. He's 4 seconds back. If Johnston has to save a good bit of fuel and back his pace way up, these guys could be there quickly. We'll have to see though. 3 to go in this stage.
It's coming down to be a nail biter here for this top 5 here, and even the 11 and 14 here battling, moving up on our pulse hitter. I wonder if he hit the wall again coming to the end of the stage. It seems like he drops back significantly towards the end of the stage here.
Yeah, he really does seem to do that there as the stage goes on, but we'll see here. 2 to go as Johnson crosses the line now. 33.32 out front, so picks the pace up again a little bit out front as the gap stabilizes about 2.5 seconds. But does he have enough fuel? I'm actually going to hop on board with him here to see exactly what he's doing here throughout this lap to try to make it to the end of the stage. He'll be taking the white flag there next time by.
Yeah, you got Raider and Fensler here both running well, nose to tail. We had mentioned we didn't think they took their fast repairs. They still got significant damage, or mediocre damage. They're still able to run here in the top 5. Pretty impressive stage 2 for everything that's happened to them. Holding up the field, and I think you called it from the beginning. It was fuel strategy. They picked the pace back up. They've gotten back within 4 seconds. Part of it could be their speed. Part of it could be Johnston. Now he's saving. As we come down the back stretch, it's going to be Johnston's stage to lose here.
Oh, is he coming to pit this lap? Johnston is in the 48. I don't think he can make it back around. Here comes Fensler also.
Oh, Fensler
we have
too.
Multiple guys doing this strategy. As Murphy stays out, he's going to win the stage. But multiple guys electing to pit here right as the caution comes out to get the track position. It's definitely an interesting call. Hopefully for their sake, pit road does not close on them and cause an issue.
Well, you said it earlier in the run. Yeah, you can maybe they can make it on the stage, but maybe they couldn't make it back around because you said 1 lap. I think it's 2 laps 'cause you gotta take a lap to catch the pace car,
Yeah.
and then you gotta
Got
come
to.
around a second time, so these guys might not wanna take the risk. We'll see if anyone runs out here on the yellow.
Murphy's still under power, but gonna have to get back around. That's the key. And one thing I'm not hearing these guys do is shut the car off to save fuel either. So that's definitely an interesting call there. But I think with that decision, I'm pretty sure that's going to put them a lap down also as they're stuck behind uh, Murphy there.
Yeah, a couple things come into play with that strategy is, like you said, getting caught a lap down. Not only that, but what about uh, pit road closing? Pit road closes, they're gonna get a black flag. So, very curious to see what happens here.
That we will have to see. Can the rest of the field make it back to their stalls? Looks like Murphy, Orlando Jr. still under power. They're going to come down pit road now. Same with Raider as Johnston and Finsler go around. They should be getting their lap back there, but I believe that they're not going to get back around in time to be ahead of these guys. They shouldn't, at least I believe.
Yeah, and if they didn't get black flagged or penalized or anything, they probably take the wave around here. Regardless, though, they're going to start in the back of the pack and work their way through. And as we were watching, they're about mid-pack. There's a lot of pack racing, so it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be an easy time to get back up through. As yeah, I believe they're not gonna. I don't think Johnston's gonna come out in front like he thought that would play out, and he's gonna be a couple cars back. As Finsler, he's gonna be way back there. I believe he's gonna start almost dead last on the tail of the longest line. So it looks like he did get that fast repair on that 5, but that's gonna be a far back way to start, especially with Raider out front in the 53. He didn't take fast repair either. But Murphy, Orlando Jr. win the race off pit road.
Yeah, I'm not even going to begin to try to attempt to figure out how this scoring loop is going to, shuffle everyone around. I'm just going to wait until iRacing tells me where everyone's sitting, and we'll go from there. But interesting that they came down just before that caution.
Yeah, they must have felt like it wasn't going to be doable. They're running the top groove, or well, Johnston wasn't, but Finsler was running mostly the top groove that whole entire run. Maybe that's what come back to really hurt his chances here for being able to make it to that stage. So Finsler having a big moment here in stage number 3.
Yeah, I was with those two guys. You had Fensler. He was definitely saving fuel. It seemed like in the beginning there, and he made a few passes on the high side, or he was running the high side like you said. And the only thing I can think of with Parker Johnson is he was running so hard, so fast compared to the rest of the field in the beginning there that maybe he felt confident. And then about halfway through that run, we saw him start to slow up, and the gap started shrinking, and he just mistimed it, misjudged how much fuel he had. So unfortunately, he had to come down, and we'll see where everything shakes out here for the restart.
As it looks like right now, Orlando Jr. going to be the leader out front. It's like Parker Johnson though, he fought his way all back to 4th, so that was great for him. He kind of, I noticed he when when they got the around the pace car, he went as fast as he possibly could to try to get back in front of these guys. Finsler kind of took his time, and I think that ends up hurting him there because he's going to restart 12th. So definitely a huge shakeup there for those guys in the lineup as they're running 1st and 3rd before the end of that stage. Now going to be restarting 4th and 12th.
Another big difference too is the gap between Parker Johnson and Fensler when they came down pit road. That could have benefited Johnson being so far ahead too, and so he's gonna get some luck here on his side, start 4th, and we'll watch Fensler move his way up from 12th here in the final stage here, a 50-lap stage for the win, and he's done it before, so.
That he has. He has worked his way back up in these situations many a time before, and he's going to have time to get it done with 45 to go when we take the green flag. The question is, when do they come into pit? We know they're not going to make 45 laps because they could barely make 40. So let's see what they do here. It's going to be definitely some strategy played for these guys out front.
Gonna make for a fun final stage here as we get ready to go green. We appreciate you guys watching on Facebook and iRacing TV. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get us up to 1,000.
That we are as we look for the green flag. There is Kevin Orlando Jr. out front and away as he is going to pull out in front of the 53 of Robert Rader. Justice Murphy in the 9 machine there up to 3rd. As the field settles out, there's Walterman in the 99. He's up to 8th as they all come off a 2, looking to spread out.
Marshall Wilson had a strong first stage. We didn't really mention him much in the second stage, but he's having a good run here, battling in the top 5. You got Justice Murphy sitting 4th after that shake-up, and Nick Galvez, quiet night, sitting up there in 5th.
Yeah, big movement for him there. He's kind of stayed in the fringe of the top 10 all night, but they're now up to that position. That's a great job for him. That 24 is up front. Orlando Jr. and Rader going at it for the lead as the field separates out. Fensler up to 11th there. Next sights for him will be Grant Thropin at 77 as he's up to 11th.
Rader and Orlando going to have a good battle here. We'll see what happens with Johnston now. See what strategy plays out for him, as he was really able to pull away. None of these guys can make it on fuel on this last stage, so they're going to be battling here to, no one's going to be saving fuel, because you have to hit one. So it'll be a fun 3rd stage here, and we'll see if Fensler can get up there. It's 99. I don't know if he hit the wall, but he definitely got squarely off too.
Yeah, that was very, very close there. Just look at this battle here, though. Grant Thropin to 77 trying to hold off that 28 Dane Moore. Moore's going to get it done off of 4, though, as Fensler back to 12th now as he's got passed by Moyer. Moyer's really charging up in that 28 machine here late in this stage.
Good to see Moyer coming back towards the front. He did fall back quite a bit in that second stage, so he must have probably had damage. He got that damage fixed. Now he's moving back towards the front like he was in stage 1 as he sets his sights on David Buell.
Right, racing throughout the field here on lap number 80. We're going to be 40 to go here very soon with Orlando Jr. out front. Oh no, we lose Cody Dorsey out there. Looks like he lost connection to Dorsey in that 84. He's going to lose connection. He's going to drop himself down the pylon as the battles continue back here. Bill and Moyer going at it for 9th. Moyer really looking fast in that 28.
Yeah, he's cruising. He just make sure you don't scuff the tires too much before you have to come down pit road. We'll see if any of these guys like to split the stage in half and maybe short pit, see what they can do. No one's really off the pace too much. I've noticed all through the first stage and second stage, you'll have a couple guys in the back that have scraped the wall and they just, they have to suffer with their damage. But a lot of guys, the majority of the field, all within 10 seconds, and that's not too hard to make up on a short pit if you want to cut the stage in half.
About to see who does what here is Walterman fighting around the outside here of the 52. He's trying to claw his way back up a position there at the 9th. Able to win that outside line. Great racing there. Orlando Jr. out front. He's starting to pull away. Johnston in the 2nd position. He's got, or actually he's battling with Rader there for 2nd. As Murphy also said, the battle is really heating up here, ready to go. But the thing is, when do pit stops start happening? Because we know here very soon you'll be able to make it on fuel. At least by lap 85, that window opens up to where you know you can make it to the end of this race.
I was about to say, yep, lap 85, 87, just maybe give a little couple extra tires or extra laps on those old tires so that when you get new tires, you can go a little further. Late caution though, no matter where you pit, you still probably come down pit road.
The timing is when it's going to all matter. Here comes Fensler. He's making a move on Buell. He's trying to move his way up now, up to 9th. Great move for him. His next in line would be Matt Jobe, who's up to 8th in the 17th starting position. He's had a heck of a race to drive up there. He's moving up in positions.
Spencer had to battle that little bit of a pack there. I was waiting for him to pop into the top 10. He finally did it when he went by Walterman in the 99. And now they're getting single file. He's going to move through the field here. The issue with that is going to be he's going to use up those tires a little more than everyone else towards the front as he has to battle these cars. And you got some quick guys in front of him that are going to make it a tough battle. And you see Matt Jobe give him a run here on the outside and not going to let him take it that easy.
It looks like Walterman, though, still here in the 11th position. He's got Baker behind him. Looks like Heitz is going to make the pass on Baker there out of 4s. Heitz is going to move to the 12th spot. Finsler, though, is still charging up. He's going to try to make the move on Jobe in the 89 and move himself up to 8th as he continues his charge back up about 3.6 seconds back from Orlando Jr. So the thing is, Finsler not that far back from Orlando Jr. right now, and really, we know he's got strong pace. If he can get within a certain distance of him and get through the rest of this field nice and clean, he can still be within shot to win this thing.
You know, anyone who's a huge NASCAR fan, when that leader's coming up on lap traffic, that lap car is going to do everything you can to fight to stay on the lead lap, and that's got to be a similar feeling when these guys see Fencer in their rearview mirror. They're going to have that extra adrenaline to keep him behind, knowing that he's one of the fastest guys each week, and they want to give him a good battle and try to hold him up and maybe keep him from winning a race. Just giving him that extra battle, making that stuff that much more to get around.
Yeah, he's able to cut through the field pretty nicely so far. As he's made up 4 spots, 3.3 seconds back, and right now 2 tenths quicker than our leader, a couple tenths quicker than the guys in 2nd and 3rd. That's the big thing I look at. A lot of these guys went out there and really pushed hard early in the going. He might make this look easy with the pace he has, because I think he kind of set back that time, let the passes come to him, and it seems like he's got a lot of tire left in that 5 machine. But the big question is, he's got to be thinking, when does pit stops happen? Because right now they're completing lap 88, so that's going to be 32 laps to go. They're in the window to make it. When does the rest of the guys start pitting? I'm thinking the rest of these guys start pitting around 30 to go, maybe 25 to go.
I'm thinking, next 5, 6, 7 laps, you might see some of these guys mid-pack, and you see the top 10s all within about 4 seconds of each other. And I'm curious, Fensler is getting by these guys pretty nicely right now. He might be going to the outside here on the 24 of Nick Alba. I'm interested to see how the battle starts shaping up once he gets to Parker Johnson, Rader, Justice Murphy, and Orlando Jr. Because these guys have had quick pace all race long. I mean, stage 2, him, Orlando, and Rader, nose to tail most of the stage.
Yeah, it was a heck of a battle there. As now he gets around Alves, that's going to put him up to 6th. Finsler continuing his charge, only 2.8 seconds back. I mean, he's doing these passes and being 3 tenths faster on a leader. He's gaining time while passing people. That's something you normally don't see. This 5, proving why he's the Finish Series champion again, showing pace out of this world.
I think that goes back to my point, a point that we both talked about at the beginning of this race, where that high line is fast. You get momentum, and if you notice, he's picking up time while making these passes on the outside. And I'm shocked we haven't seen more people do it, or you just a handful of them who've tried it just got to the wall. But that 5 car has figured something out on that outside, and here he comes.
Oh, and Johnston into the wall in front of him, but he's gonna have to get a little bit of contact almost between him and Wilson. That's going to check him up and lose him a lot of time here as they're sliding through 3 and 4. Oh, man, the big moment coming out of 2 here as the 5 of Finsler gets checked up with Wilson and Johnston getting into the wall. Wilson's going to have to hit pit road because major contact for him on the front end.
Another point of emphasis said, someone hitting the wall in front of you, you have nowhere to go to that high line. If I'm Fencer, you know, you just lost a chunk of time. Why not jump down pit road now? You got about 20. We're coming up to 25 to go. This would be a perfect time for him to jump down pit road. You know, assess damage and get new tires.
Yeah, we already had Ian Baker. It seems like he's the first one to hit pit road. It looks like also Marshall Wilson, he kind of hit pit road without, you know, wanting to hit pit road. So he came down, got his fast pair of tires as he'll be looking to get back out there as doing the undercut. See how it plays out for those guys. As up front, the battle's still happening. Murphy is trying to get by Orlando Jr. up front. It's been one heck of a battle for those two.
Yeah, Murphy and Raider are really close to get up on Orlando. Was up there to almost a couple seconds, I believe, a few laps ago. So Orlando falling back to the grass with the 9 and the 53, and Alves up to 4th. We see Fensler, he's not losing ground on the lead, but he's not picking up ground like he was. So wondering if that car has been affected by that incident with Parker, and we'll see what happens.
And about 4 seconds back, he's able to get by Buell, the 28 of Moyer there, and the 89 of Job to get himself back up into the top 5. Next is going to be Nick Alves, about 4 seconds back to the leader, though. Fencer's got a lot of work to do here in the final 25. He's going to have to put together some qualifying laps if he wants to get himself back up there. 32.99 though, lap time wise. That's quicker on leaders who are battling again for the lead. I think Murphy, though, he's got it done out front, the 9 to the lead.
Yeah, they were side by side there for a couple turns, and Murphy getting out there in that chorus machine. Orlando's going to fall back to 2nd. Raider's going to look to take advantage of passing him down.
Looks like Orlando Jr. coming down pit road. Same with Raider. I think Raider's most likely sped there. That was a good bit fast there, but I think he actually got it slowed up possibly. 45 mile an hour is the pit road speed limit. We'll see if he got that down low enough, or he'll have to take a penalty on 52 because he's definitely been looking strong also, and I think he'll be looking to take his fast repair here.
Yeah, you got Parker Johnson, I believe, hit pit road as well. Yeah, the Raider came flying down pit road. I didn't think he was going to keep it, get it slowed down in time, but I think he did. So congrats on that, because wow, was he quick.
Yes, no penalty for Raider. That was that was one heck of an entry for him in that 53 as he exits up pit road. But you're seeing the conglomerate of people here hit pit road now. Jason Fensler, one of those guys in the 5 machine to hit pit road there. Dane Moore, 52 of Dave Boyle, 77 of Grant Thrope. So 4 cars hitting pit road there, as still out front Alves is riding along. Job, Walterman, Peyton Presley, as they haven't hit pit road. Justice Murphy from the lead. He just peeled off this last time by. We'll see where he comes out compared to the rest of the field.
Yeah, and we've seen it. We know what Walterman's going to do. He might try to run this thing dry, the way the last 2 races have been with green flag pit stops. He almost got the victory last week, I believe it was, with that caution that came out. He was staying out there.
We're seeing a lot of cars leaving pit road at the moment. A guy who really gained a good chunk of time, I would say, is Jason Fensler. He really gained on Justice Murphy, our race leader, before he pit road there, and he's only about, I'd say, half a second behind him. So it's still not without chance that this 5 could drive himself back into contention.
Yeah, I think out of the pitters right now, Ian Baker is going to cycle around to be our leader as it all shakes up. And, you know, these guys in the front, Job and Walterman, Nick Alves, they are going to have to come down pit road here for the next 5 laps if they're indeed stretching it as far as they can go.
And Walterman out front just still cruising along, has yet to pit, as him and Job. As Job actually is pit road there that time, so yeah, and Alves coming off this time also, so looks like Walterman, last one not to hit pit road. I think from there it should shake out into, like you said, Ian Baker's hands, but then Robert Raider, who's coming at a good rate of speed, about a half a second at a time to Ian Baker's laps with 20 to go. I think Robert Raider is in a great position here to pull this one off.
Yeah, you got Raider and Orlando that are going to cycle out in front of Fencer. Yeah, I think. Well, I don't think it was Raider that was so much speeding. I think Justice Murphy was maybe a little too cautious on pit road because he lost a bunch of time.
Yeah, Murphy definitely seemed to lose a good bit of time, win a few, that extra lap. And also, he's got a good bit of nose damage actually looking at the front of that car. So, if Raider getting his car fixed up this run, I think that's going to play out pretty nicely for him. But Murphy's got a little bit of nose damage, I think, and he had to use a fast spare early in the going. So, really couldn't get that car fixed up like I think he wanted it to. But, man, trying to hang on to everything he's got now. As Raiders gotten past Ian Baker, it looks like the lead is going to switch to his hands with 19 to go. Orlando Jr. now trying to overtake Baker also.
Yeah, once hits pit road, strategy's not going to play out. He's going to lose a bit of time with how long he stayed out. You got Fencer up to fourth here, about just under 4 seconds back. So he was, I want to say he picked up about a 10th. Or he's about a 10th closer to the leader than he was when pit stop started. So didn't pick up too much time. He is quicker than a couple of these guys. So we'll see what he can do here in the final 17 laps.
In the final 17, it's going to be Robert Raider out front here looking to hold him off. Seeing the lap time differences throughout the field. Fensler, though, turning some really quick times back here in the 5 machine. He looking to charge here in the final 17 laps. I don't know if he's going to be able to run down Raider, but man, can he get Orlando Jr.? I don't know. This is going to be so tough. Can Orlando Jr. get to Raider? I mean, Raider's been so close on the cusp of winning a race this season. If he breaks through, this is going to be awesome to see.
Yeah, I'm going to be excited for him. And Orlando Jr., what we said it earlier, he's always running about that top 5. It's good to see him up there in second. See if he can hold off Fencer, because Fencer is coming slowly. Got Baker there, our pole sitter. He fell back early in the stage 2. He's back up in the top 5. Good seeing him up there. Parker Johnson had a hiccup. And he's sitting in 6th right now. Good run for him, and a handful of these guys up in the top 10.
15 to go here. It has been a fun race out here at the Kansas Speedway. Definitely want to give a shout out to all the sponsors who helped make it happen here again. As always, to Ultimate Siding and Gutter LLC here is their awesome sponsor at the Underdog Racing League as they presented the race here tonight. Also want to give a shout out to ButtKicker and the McConey Setup Shop for helping out Freaky Fast Broadcasting with everything they do, and also iRacing for letting us be on iRacing Live here tonight to show all you fans at home this wonderful action here at the Underdog Racing League. And again, thank you all for tuning in. It's been a pleasure tonight as we got 14 to go. Who's going to catch Raider? Fensler closing that gap down. He's down to 2.7 seconds now. It was 3.5 not too long ago. His speed is looking very quick, but is he going to have enough speed and enough time is the question.
I believe Orlando. It looked like Orlando was closing in a little bit on Raider. Now all of a sudden it opened a tad bit back up there in the last lap. So interested to see Orlando going back and forth. Maybe he's searching different lines. Maybe he might have something for Raider here in the final 12 laps. But it's going to come back out to this 5:27.53. All battling for the lead here as they have put a sizable gap here on the rest of the field.
Yeah, they've really shown to be looking like the class of the field here in the final stage. Really got this done ever since the last pit stop, and really on point they have been. And right now, with 12 to go, Raider looking to break his way into victory lane. That would be some type of story. He had 2 top 5 so far this season through 5 starts. He's had so much pace each and every week, had a few things catch him out, and just not been able to produce the positions he's most likely wanted. And tonight could be the time where he breaks through and gets that victory. As you're watching Well and Wilson, multiple different guys battle back here, and they're using every bit of their car. As Fensler, he's caught up to Orlando Jr. now here late to go with 11 to go.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Orlando hits the ball there because he was within a second of Raider. Now he's dropped back to 2 seconds here, a handful of laps. But what a battle we got going here for 8th place between Duel Thorpe, who had a great victory 2 weeks ago, Nick Alves, Matt Jope back there.
Yeah, a lot of guys having great runs at the moment. With 10 to go. Raider's the one looking to pull this thing off. Finsler was able to get by Raider and gain time. And Finsler is just sometimes he does things that we just cannot contemplate in a race car. And right now he's putting together some of the best lap times on the racetrack. But with it being 9 to go now, he's gonna have to be 2/10 a lap quicker on average if he wants to get this done here. And right there, that last lap by pretty much match lap times with Raider. He's got to pick up the pace a good bit here if he wants this win late to go.
Yeah, they were virtually dead even there. And, you know, Finsler making those passes on the high side. He's going to gain time every time. That's the thing about Camden. The banking here allows progressive banking allows that pace. Which is interesting because he goes back to the bottom and he's not making passes. So, oh, we got a wreck off 4.
Oh
Fuel,
man, the caution's gonna
sitter.
fly. Oh no, and that is not what Robert Raider wanted to see. That is, man, that is so unfortunate for him. A caution at an untimely time. That's going to bring it all back together. I think Buell in the 52 involved in that incident there. You're going to have him, Baker, multiple guys involved there. Alves, 77 of Grant Thrope, our winner from Nashville. So some major damage here on the front straightaway.
Yeah, you have Ian Baker. He's gonna reset to the pits, it looks like. So he's gonna be out of contention. He was having a great run. You know, Buell having a great run, and just unfortunate for those guys, especially this late in the going. And, well, here we go. You know, where, you know, guys towards the back are gonna pit. How many towards the front are gonna pit? I'm curious here.
I think you have to pit, man. This is one of those situations the tires are pretty eat up. It looks like they were getting down to the really bare bones of those tires running 32.63 there. So that's nearing the long point of the run. I think they're going to come down here and get some tires. And Raider, what an entry into pit road. He speeds up right before it to try to get a little bit of a gap and be able to come out in front of Finsler. It's going to be so critical getting out of your pit box here.
Yeah, and you know, the other guy who wanted the caution was Justice Murphy right there as we're on board with him in the 27. The 4 guys here towards the top, they have all been battling well all race long. You got more guys here in the top 10, maybe try to take 2 tires. And, you know, tires are huge here, but there's just so little time. You might not fall back that much.
See who wins the race off here. It looks like Raider, Finsler, Orlando Jr. is the order as they roll off here. It's going to be a very short run. I believe we're going to be about 3 to go, maybe 4 to go when we take the green flag. Most likely 3, I'd say.
And I think that bodes well for Orlando because Orlando has had some short run speed, and now it's going to go, you know, pedal to the metal here. So we'll see what these guys have on short run speed. As Justice Murphy came in 4th, and he came out 10th. I wonder if he overshot his pit stall. Maybe he needed a little bit of damage fixed.
Yeah, looking like, yeah, Murphy, I think he got some damage fixed. That was on the nose of that car, so definitely been a tough one for him there as he's got that damage. And he was leading before that final caution, so you know it's got to feel for that man.
Yeah, and I'm really pulling for Raider here. Raider, Spencer might have gotten up to him, but like you said, he had to pick up 2/10 a lap with 9 to go under green flags. And it's just disheartening being a leader like that, having a lead, playing the strategy correct, and, you know, just a heartbreaking caution for Raider.
Well, I tell you what, you best believe we're going to see some possible fireworks. It's going to get spicy here as we're going to have a late race restart to decide our race winner here tonight at the Underdog Racing League. Finsler able to drive all the way back to second on that long run. Man, he was flying there at the end too. Raider has to sell it back down. He won the first stage. He knows he can beat that 5. He just needs to put together some special laps here, and we can see him go to victory lane.
I'm thinking about it. One car that probably would have benefited the most from staying out is Walterman. I mean, he stayed out a lot longer than the rest of these guys, so his tires, they were going to be worn. He probably had about 15 laps, not even 15 laps on him, and him pitting back there in the 15th or 14th position. I think if he stays out, he gets a top 10 here. So, I thought, if everyone's coming in, why not stay out? I don't think you're gonna lose 14 positions right off the start.
Well, we'll have to see how it all shakes out. We got them all double filed back up. 4 to go here. We'll be 3 to go when we take the green flag. Raider on the bottom. Orlando Jr. there also. We got Johnston. Dane Moore also, he's been very quick on the short runs too in that 28 machine. I think you're going to see a lot of fireworks, a lot of big moves here because the grip is going to be pretty high here early in the going with these new tires. Let's see who can pull it off here tonight at the Kansas Speedway. This is a great raceway.
Yeah, and this is going to cause some huge fireworks, as you mentioned a few minutes ago, because last, and we saw it a few weeks ago at where was it? Nashville Super Speedway, where it came down to a caution like this. Granted, a couple more extra laps in this, and there were cars sideways off each corner trying to just push the car as hard as they could go.
That we did. It was a final restart. That was wild there. Here we go. 4 to go. Green flag's back out in the air as Raider going to lead us to the green flag here with 3 to go. Can he pull this thing off? Finsler to the outside of Orlando Jr. down into 1. We'll see which lane moves early in the going here as they try to make the passes down the back straightaway. Looks like side by side for second as Raider pulls out front. Finsler goes back to the low side of Orlando Jr. He blocks it off and covers off. Finsler back to the inside here in 3 and 4 as they go to the top side.
Yeah, this is exactly what Raider wants here. Is he's pulling away slowly but surely with this battle for second. Heating up. It's going to be 2 to go this time by.
2 to go as Raider out front. Orlando Jr. Finsler battling for that second position. Raider loves what he sees in the mirror. Finsler, big moment for him there coming off of 2. He's going to slide back Orlando Jr. up the second. They're wrecking behind in the middle of the back stretch. They keep it together though. As Raider saying, please no yellow flags. Oh, as they slide up the racetrack. I believe that was Thrope in the 77. He's going to hang on to it. White flag in the air. One final time here at the Kansas Speedway. Raider out front trying to pull this thing off. Here you go. You got Orlando Jr. and Finsler battling for second. Raider looking for the first win of the season. He's been in stellar form as he rounds down the back straightaway.
Raider just ran the fastest lap of the race, 2 out of anybody, so there ain't no catching him right now. And what a well restart for him as Finsler battles Orlando on the inside one last time as they come off turn 4. Raider's looking to hit that checkered flag, and he's going to hold on.
Raider's going to do it. Checker flag to Robert Raider here late in the going. He's going to pull it off. The 53 has done it here tonight at the Kansas Speedway. Congrats to him. What a win it was. Finsler fights back to hang on to second as Orlando Jr. gets third. What a battle it was all night here at the Kansas Speedway here at the Underdog Racing League. Man, that was fun one to watch.
Oh yeah, he had to have been breathing a sigh of relief hitting that white flag with them bouncing off the wall and wrecking on that back stretch. Able to keep it straight for Raider, and congratulations.
That it was. Congratulations to Robert Raider. He's going to pull it down here on the front straightaway to celebrate tonight's race here at the Kansas Speedway as he enters the books as a Underdog Racing League winner here in the Xfinity Series. What a night it was for that 53 Stage 1 win and the victory to go along with it. We'll be back here in a few moments, everybody, as we get our top 3 compiled for our race interviews. All right, we are back here, everybody, with our top three drivers from tonight. Orlando Jr. there. That 27 is our first man up as he was able to bring home third there, trying to fight off the five of Jason Finsler coming down to the end. What a battle it was. Let's hear from the 27 to 11, Orlando Jr. Hey, Kevin and Zach up in the booth. You got a copy, man.
I got you. How you doing, Zach?
Doing pretty good, buddy. I tell you what, man, you come in here tonight, ninth in the point standing, so right there above that 10th position, looking to get into those playoffs, man. As we're 6 races into the season now, you're able to come out of here with a third place finish, man, in a solid run all night long, getting good stage points, keeping that 27 up front, and leading a good bit of laps too, man. How was the race out there for you tonight, though?
It was a difficult one. The track really wasn't driving that great. It was just tight from lap 3 pretty much. The first few laps, the car was really free, and then from that point on, it was just trying to fight it out of the wall. The only thing I could think is, everyone was fighting the same thing, so it was actually put on some pretty good racing. Strategy came into play, and that last stage caution kind of threw a wrench in everything, but still worked out to be a pretty fun finish there.
Yeah, it definitely did. You guys battling it out there down to the end, man. You just coming up short to get the second there as you and Finsler really battled hard for that second spot, man. That was fun to watch there. I tell you what, great run for you tonight, man. First, I would say, real short track of the season. Nashville Super Speedway. Yeah, I mean, used brakes there, but it is a gigantic, I would say, short track. So we head now to a true short track at the Richmond Raceway. How do you feel about entering that first short track challenge here at the Xfinity Series?
You know, I don't think I'm really gonna know until we get there because that's one of the tracks that it either loves me or it hates me. I never just have an okay run there. I either do fantastic or I usually don't finish. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see next week how that goes.
Well, man, I tell you what, if you can keep the momentum you build up here tonight, it should hopefully go pretty well for you there. Hopefully, it's on the good side of things for you and that 27 machine. As it's fun to watch you guys battle it up here tonight. Great battles all throughout the field, man. Before we let you get out here and celebrate your third place finish, man, anybody want to send a shout out to Kevin?
I mean, I do want to thank my teammates tonight because there was a lot of communication going on. And so we got Rob Roeder. He ended up winning the race, so that's awesome. But a lot of the communication came down to help me. I've struggled with strategy, and he's been helping me out a lot with that. So I got to thank him for that because that's probably a big credit to this third place finish.
Well, man, congrats on third, Kevin. Thank you for putting on a show out there for us, man. And we'll catch you next week at Richmond. Hopefully, it works out for you there.
Oh, I hope so. Thank you, buddy.
You have a great night, man.
You too.
All right, everybody. That was the 27 of Kevin Orlando Jr., third place finisher tonight. As now we'll move on to our defending series champion, as Jason Finsler, hard fought night for that second place finish. Let's hear from the five machine. Hey, Jason, it's Zach up in the booth. You got a copy, man.
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, man, I tell you what, a hard fought battle back to that second place finish there, man. It seems like after stage one, it was an uphill battle after getting into that wall. Take us through this race because, man, you had to really fight your way to get back into position here for a top three.
Yeah, the setup was pretty tight, so drop of the green flag, I knew I just needed to try and stay the right front the best I could. Towards the end of that stage one, I got in a wall, so that kind of crippled us a little bit. Not too much, but just enough. And then we just kind of got marred back through the cycles of pit stops, and I wasn't going to make it to the end of the second stage. I was going to be really close, so I figured I'd play it safe and go ahead and pit, and then it just kind of marred me back there. But I'm really happy with the finish, top three. Can't complain about that after kind of having to fight our way back through.
Yeah, definitely. And it's been a great start to the season nonetheless for you two also. So, right now in the points lead looking good. They're strong already with 3 wins in your back pocket, man. Now we head off. I talked to Kevin about this. We head off to the first real short track of the season, man. How you feeling about heading off into Richmond with these Xfinity cars?
It should be good. It's going to be tricky. It's a short track, so there's going to be some contact and stuff like that. So if we can get good track position and take care of our fenders, I think we'll be okay.
Well, Jason, I tell you what, another great run for yourself out there in the 5 machine. Always fun to watch you guys out there doing battle. Before we let you get out of here and go celebrate this top 3 finish here tonight, man, anybody wants to send a shout to?
Yeah, the friends and family tuning in, obviously. You guys doing a great job as always. And then just all the competitors, Kevin, and good run by Robert tonight. He was fast. He was really quick. So congrats to him. And we'll see you guys next week.
All righty, Jason, you have a great night, buddy, and we will catch you next week, man.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, everybody. That was the 5 of Jason Finsler, your defending series champ, with the second place finish here tonight. But the new winner in the winning book here at the Underdog Racing League, that's Robert Rader with his first career win here in the Xfinity Series. Let's hear from this man in the 53. Hey, Robert, it's Zach up in the booth. You got a copy, man.
I got you, Zach.
Well, I tell you what, Robert, it's been, I think, something coming here now for a few races because the speed that you've had in that 53, it seems like a matter of time before you got in the victory lane, man. And here it is tonight, Kansas, able to get into victory lane. But I tell you what, you still had to, it seemed like smooth sailing there at the end until that caution flag waves, man. So you had to fight them off. Take us through tonight, though, because it's got to be a great feeling to get that first victory.
Yeah, oh, it really is. It was man, it was a weird night. So, starting the race off, the car didn't handle terribly well, and but for some reason the car handled better behind a guy than it did out in front. So every time Fenster would get by me, it's like the car just had more front grip in it. So we were able to fight him off, and that was a lot of fun. And then at the end there, I was just saving tire once I got out front under pit stops there. I was just gonna back it up to those guys and make them come and get me, and then take the extra rubber I had and run away. So I thought I had it made, and then the yellow flag, obviously it got a little more interesting. But fortunately, Kevin was having a really good night there, and teammate held Finsler up a little bit, let me get away.
Yeah, man, it was a great restart from you there. Like you said, the battle behind you with your teammate Kevin Orlando Jr. there and Jason Finsler helping you gap the field there. But man, the pace was very good. You got the stage 1 victory to go along with it, so a good points night to help there with the win. So definitely going to put yourself in the playoffs there with that win now, man. So congrats on that. But heading off into Richmond next week, how can you keep this momentum up, man? Because it's the first short track test of the season. How you feeling about a short track?
Well, honestly, I'd feel really good about it. Richmond's a lot of fun, and it's especially fun in these cars. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make that race because I got to move, moving into a new house that we're buying. So probably not going to make that one, but you never know. If things go the right way, I'll be there, and we should be strong if we are.
Well, man, that'll be fun to see if you get there. Best of luck with that and your moving, buddy. Man, congrats on the win tonight. That has got to be a special one here to pull off here at Kansas. Congrats on that. Before we let you get out of here, though, anybody wants to shout to?
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to Chapman Environmental Services on the car, obviously. I got to give a shout out to Kevin, my teammate, Sean, my buddy in Phoenix, who likes to watch these races, family, of course, you guys for the broadcast, and Jason Fensler for being a lot of fun to race. Oh, and this beer, actually, before I forget, got to get that in there.
Hey, you can never forget that, my friend. I tell you what, great stuff here tonight, man. Congrats on the victory. We'll hopefully catch you next week in Richmond. If not, we'll catch you the week after that, man.
Appreciate it. Have a good one.
You too, buddy. All right, guys, that was Robert Rader. Your race winner there tonight is looking at nice drift there in turn 1. That's a way to celebrate there. We talk about burnouts, but I like seeing drifts. I want to, if we can get some more of those, maybe we'll get the Tokyo drift music in here. And I don't know, that might be copyright. We'll have to talk to Robert about that. But as we'd like to definitely have fun here. But let's go ahead and get these race results up here. As it's been a fantastic night up here in the booth at the Kansas Speedway at the Underdog Racing League. As Raider able to bring home that race victory here is his first one of the season. Second's going to go to points leader Jason Finsler. Third's going to go to Kevin Orlando Jr. Fourth's going to be Dane Moore in that 28 machine. Great run for him. Same with Matt Job there with the top 5. Sixth's going to be Justice Murphy. Seventh's going to be Nick Alves. Eighth place going to go to Christopher Heights. Ninth's going to be Grant Thrope. Right now, your top 10s will be Parker Johnston. 11th's going to go to Dylan Walterman. 12th's going to be John Magner. 13th, Peyton Presley. 14th place going to go to Scott Kerberg. 15th is going to be Jacob Sekerovich. 16th, Marshall Wilson. 17th is going to be David Buell. 18th, Ian Baker. 19th, Jake Williams. 20th is going to be Cody Dorsey. 21st, James Loveland, and rounding out your field in the 22nd position is going to be Trevor Earhart. As that is your race results here tonight from the Kansas Speedway. And what a race we had. Ryan, man, I tell you what, this season's getting spicier and spicier as Raider now breaks his way into the winners column. It's going to get even closer, I think, as we head out of here. Now off the Richmond, man, that short track, it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, it was a great race. You had some new faces riding up front. You saw Parker Johnston have a good run there. The 8 car was the pole sitter. And Richmond, I'm excited to watch Richmond. We haven't had a short track race yet, as you mentioned. And, a lot of beating and banging goes on around there. So, maybe for those guys who are more a fan of the tight racing and the beating and banging, that's going to be a race for you guys to tune into.
Yeah, it's going to be one they definitely do not want to miss here live on Freaky Fast Broadcasting, always on Wednesday nights with the Underdog Racing League at 8:30 Eastern. Do not miss that next week as we head off to Richmond. But again, thank you all for tuning in here tonight. It's been a special time here from the Kansas Speedway. Let's send it up to our producer, Robert Moyer Jr., to close out tonight's broadcast.
All right, gentlemen, thank you. Great calling by them, too. Hopefully everybody enjoyed that, and hopefully everybody enjoyed tonight's content here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting with the Underdog Racing League here at Kansas Speedway. But, yeah, man, what a great, hey, guess what? Jason didn't win. Yay! Nothing against you, Jason. Anyways, congratulations to Rob for getting that first victory of the season. But, like I said, you can catch everything next week at Richmond here with the Underdog Racing League at 8:30. But don't forget, tomorrow night we'll be with Stars and Stripes. And then also Saturday and Sunday. Saturday we'll be live at 8:50. And then we're with SRU at, I forget what track we're going to actually, but I think Talladega. I think it is. Yes, I think it's Talladega. But anyways, that's 7:50. So if you're not busy throughout the week, make sure you check us out on them nights, and we'll see how that all goes this weekend. But until then, I got to get ready and hop off here because we got a major thunderstorm rolling through here right now. But all right, well, everybody have a great week. We'll talk to you next week. Until then, God bless everybody. We love you all. Peace out.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good night.